Good morning, guys. I'm going to zoom out a little bit here. So today we are talking about 1-7, translating expressions, equations, and inequalities. The first thing we're going to go through and do is write some words that mean these symbols. Okay, so for addition, we have sum, total, plus, increased by, more than, and believe me, this is not the only words, this is just some. For subtraction, keywords are difference, minus, decreased by, now some keywords you need to make sure you pay attention to: less than and subtracted from, or just the word from. Okay, these two have a special situation. Okay, that means that you actually flip order written in. You flip the order that it's written in. Addition, it doesn't make any difference because you can still get the same answer, but when you have these words for subtraction, if you don't flip the order, you get the wrong answer. Okay. For multiplication and division, for multiplication, you have times, product of, twice, which means times 2, double or triple. For division, keywords are quotient, separate, I always spell this word wrong, separate, divided by, half, or third, or quarters. Any of those types of words kind of can tell you that, okay? Or how many times it'll go into it, those kind of words. Okay, so clues to use the parentheses, okay? When it says times, this is important, the sum of, that means I'm putting this inside of parentheses, what it's talking about. If it says times the difference of, or between. Okay, so turnaround phrases, that's where it's referring to this right up here, okay? So we would have less than, subtracted from. We're talking about it twice because this is such a common mistake that is made. That's where you flip the order. All right, let's work a couple of examples now. Okay, we're going to jump around. So looking at number 4, obviously I'm going to pick some that are going to be, it has that word from, 4 subtracted from a number. That means we're starting with a number. Ways I like to work these is write the symbols above it. I know I'm using subtraction because it says subtract a number. I'm going to represent that as X, or you can use in, it doesn't matter, 4. So because it says subtracted from, that means this order flip-flops. So I get an answer of X minus 4. Okay, number 6. The product. Product means multiplication of a number. So that's going to be X and 10. So therefore I'm multiplying those two. Increased by, so that's plus 1. So I'm going to do the product first. So I'm going to have 10x plus 1. Next page. Moving right along. Okay, we're going to talk about now when we have the equations. Okay, equations, that's where it's has the word is, which means the equals sign. Equations have the is in there. So if I'm looking at number 10, it says 3 times the difference times the difference of. That means I'm using parentheses of a number and 7. So difference means I'm going to do subtraction inside there. So I'm going to have 3 times, so I'm doing multiplication there. So I'm going to have open parentheses, x, difference is subtraction, minus 7, close parentheses, is means the equals 18. I'm not solving right now. All I'm doing is writing the equation. Jumping down to 16. It says 4 less than. So I know I have a 4 less than, the keyword there is than. That means that this 4 is going to go to the back. The product, so that's multiplication, of a number and 7. So that's going to be behind. So I'm going to have 7x minus 4 because it says 4 less than the product. So the 4 has to come behind it. Is equals 8 more than that number. So more than is going to be plus, and then here's the x. So I'm going to have 8 plus x. All right, now we're going to talk about some inequalities. Okay, so we're kind of shifting gears here. For the less than, I always like to think about it, the less than makes the L symbol, if you kind of turn the fingers. So here we go. Less than is the less than symbol. Less than or equal to. The equal to part is it's the same symbol, just has the bar underneath it. Okay, now I'm going to add a little bit here because there's different words that can mean less than or equal to. You could have at most, because that means that's the biggest it can be. So everything else, it can have anything less than it, but not anything more than it. Also, you could have max number. That would mean a less than or equal to symbol. Also, you could have is no more than. All of those scenarios are different ways less than or equal to could be represented. Greater than is going in the opposite direction. It opens up to the big side, okay? And you always read it from left to right. So greater than or equal to, it has the bar underneath it. And we have some other words that mean this. So we have at least. Make sure that you can see what I'm writing. We have minimum number. And we also have is no less than. These are all different ways that greater than or equal to could be worded. All right, let's look at a couple of examples. 20. A number is at most 45. So a number we're going to say is x. At most, that's going to be less than or equal to, if I look at my grid up here, or I can just remember 45. So I'm going to have x is less than or equal to 45. And last example is 21. A speed limit of 55 miles per hour. Well, it just says a speed limit. I can't go higher than 55. I can go exactly 55. So I'm going to have x is less than or equal to 55. Your assignment is to finish the unworked notes problems. Finish unworked notes problems and then create the PDF scan. Have a great day.